Drunken Bear.
Welcome to the Drunken Bear.
Hello.
Hello.
So this is another episode of things that you should be aware of Australia.
Today we're going to give you a list of the dangers in Australia.
Overall, Australia is not really dangerous. From my experience, yeah, you can walk around at night and it's not a really big problem. It can be a bit scary as a girl because there aren't many people around, especially in suburbs. But yeah, it's okay. But there are things that you should be a bit careful.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very realistic list of things, things that aren't incredibly dangerous, like horror movie style danger, but things that are everyday kind of dangers.
So first of all, before watching this video, please subscribe to our channel so that you can see more videos about Australia. Okay.
So we're going to get started with our first one, which is crossing the road.
Crossing the road.
So crossing the road, it can be a bit tricky, especially in the CBD. There's a lot of laneways, and we see a lot of people kind of just go past the laneways without looking really, because laneways, the streets that you cross are really small, literally about 2 steps and you're across the laneway. So people are on their phones a lot, or talking, and because a lot of people cross the laneways without waiting for that traffic light because it's so small, some people cross and then other people follow. They just kind of follow the crowd. Yeah. So you really got to be careful with laneways, because I've seen so many near misses when people are crossing the laneways.
Yeah, I used to ignore traffic lights on laneways, but it's actually not worth it. You might not die, but still, why do you risk your life for just waiting a couple of minutes?
That's true. So also when you're crossing roads in the suburbs, a lot of them don't have traffic lights and they could be quite long roads. So it's another thing to really be wary of. Number 2 is UV index. So the sun, the Australian sun is really strong, and it's something that you see very clearly if you're in Queensland and really hot places in Australia. But the one thing that you don't see is in Melbourne on a really cloudy day. It looks really kind of overcast, no sun, but the UV index is really high still. So you've got to really be wary of the Australian sun even when it's cloudy.
Next one is working at the farm.
Well, you're the expert on this one, more than me.
Yeah, I'm just talking about this based on my friends' experiences. It's really important that you should know where you are going or how you are getting paid from farms. Because a lot of foreigners, especially who have working holiday visas, go to farms to get second visa, and you can be a lot in danger, and even worse, you can get paid really bad.
So the best way also is to get in touch with other people who are down here already. Facebook groups of people backpacking down here, and they'll already know these stories and they'll know the good places to go. So that's a good little tip. If you're thinking about working down here on a farm, it's best to kind of talk to other people who have worked at those said farms. So speaking of farms, one of the other dangers in the farm, but not just in the farm but in everyday life, is everyone says how dangerous animals are in Australia. Not so much, but the one thing that you've got to be wary of is spiders. There's quite a lot of spiders around. Most of them are quite harmless, but they can pack a punch. That's the kind of thing that can easily happen when you're picking fruit on farms, because there's just obviously a lot of insects in the plants that you're picking from. So spiders is something to be wary of. Know about which one's poisonous. It always helps.
But it's not only farms. Sometimes they can appear in just normal houses as well. For me, I'm not the best person to talk about spiders, because I have no fear and I can kill them.
No fear of spiders.
I can kill them.
Which is brilliant, because I'm absolutely terrified of spiders. But if I see one, I scream and then I call Rachel, and then she'll just grab a tissue or something and just grab it. No matter how big it is, it could be the size of my hand, and Rachel's onto it. So if you need a spider killer, message Rachel. She'll get rid of the spiders for you.
Yeah. That big.
Call 1300 Rachel.
Kill me. Kill me.
Nah. What's he does at the back here, missing out on all the fun. The next one we're going to talk about, which kind of leads in from the spiders thing, is the Outback. So the Outback has many dangers.
Just even walking down the street, you should be really careful. I've heard really horrible stories about just girls walking down the street where like seriously no houses, no people, like nothing exists, and it's really bad and it's really sad actually what happens. And mostly they seem to be foreigners, and mostly for girls you should definitely be careful walking around Outback the morning and night
By yourself.
by yourself,
Yeah, so-
especially.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good idea to be walking around at night with a friend.
I wouldn't even recommend hitchhiking or just a little bit should be careful.
Yeah, we have heard some pretty bad stories. We can't really go into them because they're quite full on, really. But yeah, definitely be careful. Ooh, the next one's a really kind of realistic one, or one that you really got to be careful. And this is like not just a CBD one, but this is a metro kind of problem. So wherever there's trams, you really got to be careful with getting on and off a tram. Because especially the way the tram stops in some places are laid out, they literally give you about that much room for error. If you're not standing on the barrier where the rails are, and if you're just not looking at all, the trams come, there's no barrier between you and that tram. That's the important thing, there's no barrier.
So ridiculous.
Another one which is just as dangerous is trams stop and cars can go past. In fact, it happens a lot. When the tram stops, it opens up the door says stop on it, cars are supposed to stop when trams stop and open the doors, but sometimes cars aren't looking and they keep going. They go straight through. So if you're not looking when you walk down those stairs, you'll just be taken out. It happens, you know, it's not something that happens very often in Melbourne, but it absolutely happens, or even more so, especially in the CBD, bikes. Because bikes, trams, cars, they all go on the same road, there's no barriers for them. So when you're getting off, absolutely check to make sure that you're not going to get hit by something.
The next one is quite interesting one.
The next one's pretty preachy here, people. Stay off drugs.
Stay off drugs, especially when you get handed by a stranger.
Yeah.
It's quite risky, you know. Also, I know there are lots of areas that have natural like mushrooms, you know, the magic mushrooms that goes into everywhere. It takes you
to another world.
another world. Look at them. But you should be really careful, you know.
That's true, yeah.
Especially, you know, also before I came to Australia, one thing I was advised was don't take any drinks from a stranger in a pub as well, because you know, like a lot of guys try to spike. And they sometimes succeeded, and you know.
Again, there's stories that we've heard from close friends that have happened. So when you go to different countries, different cultures have different kinds of people. That's a reality. It can happen anywhere in the world, these things. Absolutely can happen anywhere in the world. Having said that too, Australia, it's just one of those places where these things can happen. Like, it really can happen.
Yeah, it can.
It's not something like in other parts of the world that just do not happen at all, full stop. In Australia, it can happen, you know. Anyway, hopefully we haven't scared you off coming to Australia with this dangers of Australia. We're still here, we're living. Rachel lived through it all on her own. Yeah. So she's still alive.
Australia is a fun country.
Australia's a really fun country.
Fun country and great place to live. Absolutely.
Because also on our channel we get a lot of comments of people asking us things about Melbourne. And sometimes they'll ask us about a certain area, you know, is this area safe and that kind of thing. Overall, when we say, is Melbourne safe? Absolutely. It absolutely is safe. You just got to be careful. But these are just things, little tips to help you be a bit more cautious.
Okay, so thank you for watching. These bears, they are surviving in this dangerous city.
Well, bears are survivors. Why
Someone
not?
actually commented the last time saying, I laughed us loud when I subscribed to our channel to see our teddy bears, and he was saying, oh, why should I do that to myself? And the answer is you should do that to yourself.
Yeah, because you should have teddy bears in your life.
Yeah, and teddy bears are lovely, and why do people love seeing babies or dogs, but why it's not acceptable to see teddy bears?
That's true, they're very innocent. There's nothing more innocent than that guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Look at him. He couldn't hurt a fly. There's no danger there.
Okay. Some people also mention like don't get teddy bear thing.
They don't get the teddy bear thing.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but this is like unique about us. And
People are quirky. People have their likes, you know. Some people like to collect playing cards, you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird too.
how come collecting wine is considered cool, but then collecting
teddy bears
is like such a weird thing? I don't get it. Like that's such a individual's taste.
Yeah. So definitely be proud to be who you are, and if you're a teddy bear collector like us, teddy bear collectors, be proud.
Yeah.
Be proud.
That's enough talk about teddy bear. Thank you for watching our channel, and please give it a like and comment if you have any questions about us or teddy bears. And please subscribe to our channel.
We'll see you guys in the next video. If you've ever got any kind of videos that you'd like us to do a lot, then leave it down in the comments below and we'll try to get onto those topics as well.
Okay, and we are preparing amazing videos, like series of things to do in Melbourne, and hopefully you can watch them by keep watching our videos.
Stick with us, we'll show you some pretty cool things about Melbourne.
Okay, see you guys.
See you guys, bye.
Bye.